So you think growing your own food is too hard, takes way too much time, or requires some massive, sprawling backyard? Well, think again. If you've ever dreamt of plucking a fresh, sun-warmed tomato right off the vine, but you felt totally overwhelmed by where to even begin, you are in the exact right place. Welcome to this comprehensive explainer.
Today, we are looking at the easiest vegetables for beginners, your guide to a successful home garden. My absolute goal right now is to give you a foolproof, step-by-step blueprint. Because whether you have a small patch of dirt or literally just a sunny balcony, we're going to get you growing with absolute confidence.
Okay, let's dive into this agenda. First, why grow vegetables? Second, the secrets to easy veggies. Third, our top 5 beginner crops. Fourth, essential supplies and soil. And finally, solving those common problems.
Let's start right off with Section 1, Why Grow Vegetables. Because, before we learn exactly how to plant anything, it's absolutely crucial to understand the incredible why behind the effort. This huge surge in home gardening we're seeing, it isn't just a trend, it's a total lifestyle upgrade. First off, you get to enjoy fresh, incredibly delicious, and healthy food with zero synthetic chemicals. It also leads to some pretty significant cost savings for your family, especially if you get into preserving or freezing your harvest. But beyond the plate, just getting your hands in the dirt is fantastic physical exercise and a proven stress reliever. Plus, it is highly eco-friendly. In fact, studies show that growing organically actually yields significantly higher organic carbon in the soil. That helps regenerate our earth. So you're literally making the planet healthier while feeding yourself. How cool is that? Moving right along to Section 2, Secrets of Easy Vegetables. The absolute secret to a stress-free start for any beginner is simply picking the right plants. Because let me tell you, not all vegetables are created equal.
Notice the clear contrast here. On the left side, we have high-maintenance crops. These are the divas that demand high nitrogen, constant feeding, and basically panic at the slightest climate shift. We want to avoid those for now. Instead, look at the beginner-friendly veggies. These guys are resilient. They have low nutrient requirements, thrive in standard soil, and most importantly, they offer a really fast harvest. We want those quick, satisfying wins to build up your confidence.
And that brings us to the absolute core of our explainer. Section 3. Get ready because these are the top 5 beginner vegetables that you can start growing right now.
Coming in at number 1, radishes. These are the ultimate fast-track vegetable. Seriously, you just sow the seeds about 1 centimeter deep in loose, well-drained soil. Incredibly, they can start germinating in temperatures as low as 3 to 4 degrees Celsius. And the best part? Just look at that timeline. In just 3 to 4 short weeks, you go from a tiny little seed to a delicious, crunchy harvest. They are virtually foolproof.
Number 2 is spinach. Think of spinach as your cold, hardy superhero. It is packed with vitamins and absolutely loves the cool weather of early spring. You can just plant it in rows spaced maybe 20 to 25 centimeters apart, and boom, it's ready to harvest in just 40 to 45 days. It's just a fantastic low-demand leafy green.
Third on our list is lettuce. You can sow lettuce directly into the soil in March or April. It's also quite cold-hardy, germinating nicely at just 8 to 10 degrees. You'll want to give the plants about 20 centimeters of breathing room, and in about 50 days, you've got fresh salad. So the crucial point here is that last bullet point, stagger your planting. Don't plant all your seeds on the exact same day. Sow a little bit every 2 weeks, and I promise you will have an endless, continuous harvest all season long.
Number 4, zucchini. Now, if you want a plant that will make you feel like an absolute gardening genius, this is the one. Zucchini is incredibly productive. The trick here is just a little patience. You want to wait until true spring warmth arrives and the soil hits between 12 and 15 degrees Celsius. Direct sow those seeds, maybe mix a little well-rotted manure at the base of the planting hole, and in just 40 days, you'll see those beautiful bright blooms signaling that a massive harvest is on the way. Seriously, prepare to start giving them away to your neighbors. You'll have so many.
Wrapping up our top 5, cherry tomatoes. Now, these are far more disease-resistant and way faster growing than those large tomato varieties. They love the heat and need about 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight, which makes south or southwest-facing balconies just perfect for them. You can easily grow them in pots that are 20 to 25 centimeters deep. Just remember to water them every 1 to 2 days with lukewarm water. Actually, make sure it's lukewarm, never freezing cold. And give them about 30 grams of tomato fertilizer every couple of weeks.
Now that we know exactly what to plant, let's talk about where they live. Section 4. Essential supplies and soil. Because a successful harvest, well, it's always built on a foundation of great, nutrient-rich soil.
If your soil is exhausted, there are 3 amazing organic ways to restore it. First, add compost or well-rotted manure. That acts like a sponge for moisture and nutrients. Second, you can plant cover crops. These are also known as green manure, things like clover or mustard, which literally pull nitrogen straight from the air into the soil. Third, apply humic fertilizers. Let's move to the next point and see how this builds the perfect environment for your plants.
A fantastic example of a humic fertilizer is ImmunoNat. This stuff is a 100% organic liquid extract derived from biohumus using red California worms. It acts basically like an energy drink for your soil's microbes. Because it's a liquid, your plants absorb it almost instantly. It naturally regulates the soil pH, stimulates massive root growth, and boosts the plant's overall immunity. And the best part? No synthetic chemicals or heavy metals. It's just a brilliant tool to have in your gardening kit. Next up is a real game changer for beginners: mulch. And this brilliantly illustrates nature's ultimate protective blanket for your garden setup.
So why exactly do we use it? Well, that leads us perfectly into Section 5, Solving Common Problems. Because look, inevitable challenges will arise, but don't worry, we have easy, organic solutions for them.
Mulching solves a whole lot of problems before they even start. Here are its 4 core benefits. First, it stops the hot sun from rapidly evaporating your soil's water. Second, it acts as an insulator, keeping those delicate roots cool during the extreme summer heat. Third, by keeping the soil protected, it actually increases air and water movement down below. And fourth, it blocks sunlight from reaching weed seeds, completely suppressing their growth so they don't choke out your brand new vegetables. But what about diseases? Let me ask you, how do we prevent common beginner pitfalls like root rot and fungal plant diseases? Well, it's actually way easier than you might think. The #1 rule is simply this: don't overwater. Seriously, wait until the top layer of the soil actually loses moisture before you go watering again. Constantly soggy soil is just a recipe for root rot. For things like cherry tomatoes, carefully tie their stems to wooden stakes so they don't flop over into the damp dirt. Also, regularly pinch off the little side shoots of your tomatoes. This improves airflow and really stops fungal diseases in their tracks. And here is a huge, absolutely crucial warning: never use fresh manure. It contains ammonia and acids that will literally burn your plant's roots right off. Plus, it is just packed full of weed seeds. Always use well-rotted manure or compost.
Just before we wrap things up today, a quick reminder: please remember to adjust these general guidelines to your specific local climate. True spring arrives at totally different times depending on your exact location on the map. So, when in doubt, just chat with a local gardening expert or pop into your neighborhood nursery.
I want to leave you with this final, really powerful thought. Feed the soil, not just the plant. You now have the beginner's blueprint, but a garden is always teaching you something new. So, as you head out to plant those very first seeds today, ask yourself, what else might you discover growing right in your own backyard? Happy gardening, everyone!